Welcome back, everybody, to the finale of the back nine, round 4 of the Ledgestone Insurance Open, presented by Grip Equipment and Discraft. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here by Tom Earhart today, filling in for Tristan Tanner, and we've had a crazy round going so far.
Yeah, we've had a couple of rounds that are almost opposites. Dickerson's just been out here birdieing. He's got 7 birdies and 1 bogey, and then Johnny's kind of struggling. He finished with a turkey. He's 1 up on the front 9, but the other 2 guys are hanging in there too. But Dickerson is really, really taking control of his position right now.
And as we move into the back 9, players, I would say universally would say this is the more scoreable part of the course.
For sure. This is where you want to get your birdies. This is where you want to start getting under par and start picking up some strokes on guys. Yeah, a lot of attackable holes on this back 9.
And as you can see, Ricky has been shredding the course as well. He has a sizable lead over Paul Macbeth, who was way down the leaderboard at Northwoods, has now climbed his way all the way back to second place.
Yep.
But it looks like Dickerson might be on their heels as well, moving into hole number 10, 425-foot dead straight with just a couple trees blocking the basket.
Yep, this hole playing in a tailwind right now, so I've seen guys take mid-range at this hole. Johnny looking like he's going with the fairway driver, going right at the basket.
And that got a weird bounce from the wind, and he might be in a
over.
rough spot. That's a common miss. They want to throw this subtle hyzer along the tree line on the right, but get on it a little bit too much, and that's what's going to happen.
Yep, I tried to push the right side on a hyzer both times with the force, and I went in the bushes both rounds, so it's very easy to do that. It's a pretty precise line if you're trying to throw the hyzer at it. But I know Double G, actually, the round before this, goes roller. He goes sky roller, and he got it the round before from 15 feet. I'm not sure what this is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's rolling. He doesn't throw that many rollers.
No, I watched this from hole 11. He throws this very, very high in the air. Very interesting play.
Oh my gosh. And sadly, we did not have a satellite camera to watch that.
And look at that.
No way.
And somehow it works out. It's amazing, man. It's such a cool play.
Wow.
I don't know why he chooses to go with that play, but he's inside the circle for birdie.
At the end of his career, if there's not a Double G highlight archive, there better be.
Is this a ringer from Uli?
No, we've been actually trying to determine what disc this is. I believe this is actually a nuke.
Okay. He has a similar stamped ringer. But
yeah,
this is definitely a nuke.
Point, you watch the flip point, it holds that. That's the height that a nuke likes to fly when it comes to like a stall hyzer.
Yep.
And just a bit too far right. He was so close to getting it to fade out correctly.
So close. So close to being like 15 feet away. He's going to have about a 35, 40-footer, I'd say. Dickerson looking to bounce back after that bogey on the bridge hole. Looking to continue his hot round. And I love how he really eyes down the angle of release that he wants out of the hand. So
every single time.
You can tell right here he's trying to throw flat out of his hand. Maybe slight Annie.
Slight Annie flex. That's an overstable disc.
I think this is an FX2 again.
And I think that's why he designed the disc like that. He wanted a disc that he could hammer on flex that didn't fade out like a distance driver.
Mm-hmm. Johnny with a little Annie step putt. He's going to have a drop in par. Uli.
Oh, man.
Uli with the big Anheuser putt. Let's go.
That was a sweet-looking putt. Let's roll that back real quick. Again, here's the old stroke coming across his body.
That's awesome,
and
man.
He knew it right away when it came out of his hand.
Yeah, putters are coming out of his hand really clean right now. He's super confident.
Here's Garrett after throwing and hitting the moon. Coming back into orbit, he's about 25 feet from the basket. Ooh, can't capitalize.
It's a little high right there. That was so close to hyzering back in.
And it looked like a Roadrunner that he was putting back in his bag.
That sounds about right. Here's Dickerson to go 7 down through the front 10.
And to pad those bounce back stats. Yeah, he's one of the biggest players on tour in regards to visualizing every shot.
I love his routine. I love that. Great putt from Chris. Dead center. Another birdie from him. He's cruising right now. Because even his shot on the bridge hole wasn't off by much. He was barely out of bounds. He's really feeling it.
You can tell after he makes that putt, he has a nice little grin on his face. The robot chicken stereotype is not true this round. He does have emotions.
Yep.
And we are moving into the next hole here. Number 11, I would say one of the easier birdies in the course.
Yep, hole 11 coming in at a 2.75 average. So all these guys looking to pick up the birdie here. It's a pretty straightforward hole. There's OB all around the basket, but it's only 300 feet. Elevated basket makes it a little bit more difficult, especially if you end up short. This looks good from Uli. Hangs it out nice and wide. Oh, a little too... Okay.
Okay.
All right. I thought that was going to be a lot closer than it was, but it really didn't fade out that hard.
Dickerson, it looks like an A2 coming out of his hand. Something slow.
And that's a great shot. JohnE going with the backhand here. This is a hard shot. Oh.
And he tries going Annie left side.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
Air bounce Annie. I'm not sure if he was trying to go for that gap, but
let's say he did. Let's say he's going for that gap.
Amazing result.
Double G flicking a Firebird here, I think, coming up a little bit short. And this is that putt you really don't want to have. That elevated basket, the OB behind. He was running it, though. Hit the top of the basket.
Uli getting his meter in bounds after kind of a reversal of fortune from that nasty OB he had in hole 6, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Snuck this one in bounds, and now he has about a pin-high 30-footer at the basket. Yeah,
checking the wind here. This is an important putt. This is a birdie that you really want to pick up, but it's an elevated basket. He's got an OB behind it. He's really been feeling it this round.
There's another one. He has made, I would say, about 5 or 6 of these circle's edge putts.
And they're all on the pole, too. You know, they're not squeaking in there. He's on the pole.
Yeah, and there are rounds like that give you tons of those distances.
Mm-hmm, especially at this course.
And here's Dickerson for yet another birdie.
8 down through 11 for Dickerson. He's cruising right now. He's got 9 birdies, 1 bogey, and 1 par. JohnE's not even up yet. JohnE with the CTP backhand. The air bounce, man.
Going air bounce left of the initial tree. And he will definitely take that. He also, did he braid his beard recently?
I don't know, but, you know, it looks good.
Looks like it's working. It must be working. Going into hole number 12, par 3, 354 feet. Plays closer to 400. As you can see with these colorful Discraft banners, OB Island all around the water tower. Players have to throw a very powerful shot here.
Uli going with the nuke, or maybe a force.
No, this is definitely one of his first run nukes. And
seeing if you hit the front of the water tower,
90% chance that you're rolling out of bounds.
The only way you're coming back in bounds is if it rolls all the way back to the layup inbounds part. And if you hit the side of the water tower hole, if the side of the water tower, it's going to stay in bounds though most of the time.
Dickerson, I'm wondering if he's going. Must be some sort of D1 or a variation of it. He's probably going flat to hyzer.
Let's see. Looks like slight hyzer. Man, I love that. This looks like it's hitting the water tower too. This should be rolling OB.
Yep.
Wow.
It's just the angle that bottom base is sloped at. If a hyzer hits it, it's sending you with pace on that roller angle.
Yep.
And he is not happy about that.
JohnE, I think JohnE's going to pimp this one.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
That is a shot at skipping in.
Parked it, man.
And he's feeling it again. He is back after a rough.
That's going to put him under par.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's finally back under par.
Double G going with that X-Cal, I believe. And slightly sawed off. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
And look at this thing. Yeah, it's curling up. It's going to be out of bounds. 3 out of bounds here.
All similar ways.
And Uli's going with the forehand. He's calling for it to go in. Wow.
And I think that's why he goes forehand left. He just tries to spike it into the basket.
These guys have to get up and down here. This might be a little deep. But, yeah, 20 feet.
Just shows how small this island really is.
Double G going with the Sonic here. That is awesome. Love to see that.
He puts in so much work with that disc. I've seen him multiple times going to the practice basket to practice putting and then also practice throwing into Sonics.
This is an important putt here from Chris. Needs to make this to maintain still a really good round. Yep.
Almost low, but
it's close.
Snags that 4.
It's going to be 7 down through 12 holes.
And he still only had 1 par so far.
Crazy. Uli saving his bogey. So we're going to have 3 bogeys here and 1 park job from JohnE McCray. Yeah, Double G just kind of a lackluster round so far. 2 birdies, 1 bogey, and the rest pars. And JohnE McCray back under par after a really rough start.
Huh. What color's your disc? How?
It's green. Stop. Whatever. I'll get another one. Okay.
Hole number 13, par 5, 1,050 feet. It's really a triple hyzer hole all the way through.
Yeah, triple righty hyzer hole. The first shot is the most important. If you put your first shot in a decent position, it's almost as straightforward of a birdie as there is on the course.
It's really what happens if your tee shot is not in the prime position, which is as close to that front shore as possible.
Yep.
With decent footing, and as you can see, the basket is perched all the way down the lake here, right at the edge. So if players can stay close to the shoreline on every shot, they'll have, like you said, pretty straightforward birdie.
This tee shot is very important here. We had a pretty strong headwind. JohnE with a good shot. Maybe a little deep there, but
he'll have a blind hyzer to the next landing zone.
I'm still thinking he's going to throw a hyzer over the water from there.
And here's an overstable force from Uli.
Good committed shot here. And that's a good spot, actually. Yeah.
It'll be 50 feet longer than you want to be, but still.
He's going to have the angle to get over the water. Similar spot from Chris. Ooh.
Might be an annoying lie. There might be those low-hanging branches in the way.
I'm curious to see what he goes with from there. Yeah, you can hear the wind picking up here. Double G going with that Excalibur. Are we switching discs, maybe? Maybe going with a Firebird, even.
A lot of players are starting to club down on this tee shot because they want to be able to throw a comfortable tempo and still play short enough to have that second shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was, I'm actually, you can see me right over there. I was watching this tee shot, and it was pretty sawed off the whole way, but this gives him this shot.
Exactly. He goes almost reverse from his original game plan was Excalibur Firebird. He's gone Firebird Excalibur.
And yeah.
Decent shot.
Yep. Oh, Uli hanging it out a little wide.
But he did throw it high enough. That should be okay.
Nice.
Perfect spot.
Yep. Should be a zone approach from there.
Might be a little inside. So that high up the hill, he's going to have a blind approach to the basket.
It's going to be a... Okay, so Johnny does go over the water. This looks great. Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so Dickerson here. He's got this weird... not really. It's not really too hard of a shot, but he did saw it off a little bit.
It's about 35-40 from the basket. And this is where you want to be.
Nice and easy from Johnny.
There's a lot of basket placements on this course where if you want to pin the basket, you have to trust a shot well over the out of bounds the whole way.
Double G having to go Spikeiser here. This has to stick on the green. But I think it might have been that might have been his Rock 3 actually, that he was just throwing on a Spikeiser. Okay, so Uli going with Raptor here, not zone. And that'll work if that stops. Yep.
He's one of the best just overall driver throwers I've ever seen.
Great down-tempo driver thrower. Double G with a great run. Just short there.
And here's Dickerson for another birdie from about 40.
What a putt.
And he opted to not go step putt to throw a little bit more safe run at the basket. And he
kind of went high and right there and kind of stalled it into the basket.
And he is dialed in right now, folks.
It's a great birdie there. It's JohnE for the birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. JohnE's on a roll. I think he's got 6 out of the last 7, I believe. Uli for the birdie here. We're going to have 3 birdies and 1 par from Double G.
Not a bad scoring spread on this hole.
Yeah, Double G with another par. He's just a lot of pars this round.
And speaking of pars, hole number 14 is playing as the hardest hole on the course. As you can see, it's a downhill, low-ceiling shot. And if you want the birdie, you have to get aggressive and get past this elbow. They've pushed the basket back quite a bit, and there's danger on every single shot here.
Yeah, the tee shot is playing a head, right, left wind. So super difficult to get a shot inbounds and relatively far. I know I went OB both times in the water on this hole just because of that wind. The wind makes this hole so hard. If there was no wind on this hole, this would not be the hardest hole in the course.
It's just the shots that it's making you throw to score.
The head, right, left wind is so tough for this shot.
And the thing is, the players are having to throw down.
And JohnE is doing what I did. That was... Yeah, he turned that one over. It's that once the right, left wind catches it, it just keeps it turned over. Curious to see what Uli... Oh, he just throws too high.
And that, if it hits, that's a good redirection.
This is a great spot. He could attack for birdie from there.
As he apologizes to the card for his good fortune. Yeah, it's hard to throw in this wind nose down because you have to throw downhill.
And Chris is going with the angle that I was trying to throw with the FX2, and that thing is overstable, man.
It's a great shot.
Yep.
He will have a look at a power shot to the basket for a birdie.
I was trying to throw flat nose down with an overstable disc on this hole, and I just was bending right too much.
It's one of the harder shots we have to throw all year off the tee.
Yep. And G throws a mid-range here. I like this play because he knows he doesn't have to get a whole lot of... That's
Ooh.
inbounds. He doesn't have to get a whole lot of distance off the tee to get the birdie. He knows that. Tough shot here for Johnny. Oh, no. This might go B.
And there's that right to left wind that just took it immediately. He was trying to go flex out of the hand.
Yeah, out of bounds. It's going to be double OB from Johnny.
And there's nothing worse than going on a huge birdie spree only to have all those strokes taken away.
And I watched this shot from Ulibarri from hole 15, and it just never wanted to come back.
Just kept going forward.
This wind is just so tough. Wow.
That was some rough footing for G, and he got a huge move in the disc. That's got to
come
pull
on.
a read.
Hit the bank, right?
It looks like it hit the bank.
So he will be taking his disc up by
That's
circle
tough.
one.
That's 3 straight out of bounds shots, showing you why this is the toughest hole in the course. And then Dickerson
This looks a lot better.
making the adjustment on the last 2 shots, going with a more overstable disc.
Puts him to about 40 feet.
Yep. It's going to be a windy putt. Paul going with the force here, I believe. The big hyzer. It's got a stick. Oh,
And another circle's edge putt for
it's
Yuli
going to be, yeah.
with the wind picking up.
You want to be close on the screen. Interesting shot here from Johnny. That's a great shot.
Yes. Is that a standstill
Wow.
putter?
Standstill putter, Anheuser. That's one of his strengths, I'd say, is that force over Anheuser. Double G with the Sonic here.
Oh.
Great run there. That was for the par, I believe.
And here's Dickerson for a huge birdie. This hole was the hardest hole in the course, averaging a 4.83
Wow.
that day. So this is for 1.83 strokes in the field.
And this is for a clean birdie, too. Clean tee shot. Great second shot. See if he can capitalize. Oh, got lifted right out of the
Yep.
hand. Par is okay. Par is good on this hole, actually.
You know, and there's a lot of talk about, these pro players being so good from circle 2, but once the wind picks up, circle 2 putting becomes very challenging for anybody.
Yeah, tough putt there from Paul. He's going to be taking a double bogey, actually. JohnE for the double bogey. That's tough. After getting 6 out of 7 birdies, then takes the double bogey. I mean, this hole is just playing so hard in this wind. Dickerson picking up strokes on the entire card.
And another double bogey from Yuli. Just showing you the teeth of Lake Eureka. They get a bit of a sigh of relief for this one. Hole 15, 315-foot par 3, subtle dogleg right. A lot of players in this field do have the ability to throw a sidearm this far, so that is a very common play. Depending on the wind, a lot of players are also opting for this subtle backhand turnover.
Right. Something to note, we had a headwind on 14, which means we have a tailwind on this hole going in the opposite direction. So this shot plays really well. The mid-range turnover. This is what I chose to play, and this looks fantastic.
This is what
a
I
little
was
short.
seeing in previous rounds with the tailwind, getting the disc to stall out because of the tailwind is forcing that disc to hyzer. The players are either needing to club down or force the disc over on a bit more anhyzer.
Yep. Double G chose to throw sidearm last round, too, and he came up a bit short.
Probably trying to make an adjustment. That looks good.
That looks much better. It's gonna, he's gonna be inside the circle.
So Johnny's got driver in his hand, it looks like. And with a tailwind, because he is throwing uphill, he's going to have to really make sure this gets turned over and nose down.
Yeah.
Similar miss. He's about pin high, 30 feet on this elevated pin.
So no gimmies yet. Everybody's got a putt. Everybody's got to earn it. Uli going with maybe a Mantis or
this
Comet?
Is a Comet that he is opting for, and I love this play because that disc is going to keep drifting off to the right.
This is parked. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic play, a disc like that.
Good job from Uli after taking a double on the last hole, getting a drop-in birdie on this one. Here's Chris going for another birdie outside the circle.
Oh, man. He is 9 under for the round. That distance, let's rewind this. Look how clean this step putt is. His timing is so good, and he's dropping the disc in the basket. He's not just putting through the chains. He has tempo control from that distance, which allows him to really run the basket on a lot of different shots.
On any putt, because if he missed that, if he airballed that, he was going to be 15 feet max.
Exactly.
Ooh, Johnny's got to sit.
Oh, no.
That's going to be a much harder putt.
And with the tailwind off the tee, that putt definitely had a tail right to left. So any bit of hyzer was going to get soared over, and it looks like he just misfired that one. But now he has a bit of a headwind.
Headwind, maybe a little left to right.
This is a big momentum putt here for Johnny.
I bet he just steps up to this one. Just doesn't look like it's coming out of his hand super clean right now. Tough with the wind going on. Double G for the forehand birdie.
Is.
Great forehand there.
And I think he stuck with the forehand because he was at least able to make an adjustment given that the wind was close to the same.
Yep. Yesterday he came up about 40 short, so he put a little more juice on this one, a little flatter even. And there's Uli tapping out his birdie.
Making Michael Johansson very proud with the Comet.
Absolutely. Johnny tapping out a disappointing bogey. Yeah, what a roller coaster. That's just...
Yeah, through 7 through 13 was an incredible stretch for him, and he gets right back into the misfires. And we will move into hole number 16. And hole number 16, par 4, 606 feet. We have a tight-ish gap off the tee, a little bit low ceiling. We have OB all down the left side of this fairway, and we do have another sloping fairway. Players have been opting for just a smooth backhand straight air shot, a power sidearm, and we've been seeing a lot of rollers as well.
Yeah, I love this hole because there's so many different plays to attack birdie here. I watched Andrew Marweed just go Firebird flick, and had a 25-footer. You know, there's just so many ways to play it. I chose roller, and I had a really easy birdie.
If you do lay the roller down correctly, what I like about this hole is the fact that it gets rewarded. If you take the riskiest shot, an eagle is a possibility.
Mm-hmm. This is a great par 4 because it's not super difficult, but there is challenges.
It takes 2 well-executed shots, and
Yep.
here's Dickerson lining up a sidearm.
I like this play. This is a position play from Dickerson. He might go sidearm. Gets a nice skip.
Oh, I think he hit that grouping of trees.
Okay.
But he should be fine.
He should go sidearm from there. Double G laying down a Wraith roller.
And he is one of the people that has eagled this in the past,
He had
showing people it's possible, and that's why I think we're seeing a lot more rollers.
He had about a 60-footer yesterday. It's got to get down. Oh, this if this stands up.
This could be OB deep.
This is the same thing that he did yesterday. If this comes back in bounds, that is almost an identical shot from yesterday. Unbelievable.
600-foot roller from Double G. Perfect positioning.
Just a great angle. Here's Uli going with the forehand nuke.
There you go, Paul.
And goes straight through the tree.
He'll be in that grouping. He might have a little something at the basket there.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot. Johnny, I think, is going roller.
And he gets a good amount of cut on that. That's a slower disc. It's standing up a little early.
Okay.
And that's not terrible. And he threw something a little flippy on a flex sidearm. Little deep, but still in bounds.
Standstill here from Chris. Inside the circle.
Yep. Johnny has a nice little step out backhand. He's checking to see if his footing is okay.
Yeah, he's not very far from the basket here. It's probably only 150 feet. Maybe a little further.
Oh, no. There was one tree he had to miss, and he squared it up.
Yeah, if he was missing that tree, that was going to be inside the circle, and he just steps up right away and lays it up. That's tough.
And let's see if Uli can drop another one of these Annie putts from circle 2. And he knew it. He wanted it so bad.
He wanted it.
You know, it's refreshing to see Uli in such high spirits and so focused. I toured with him last year, right around the time he got his ACL injured.
G for the Eagle. Oh, and he hits the bin with the Sonic. Great
Almost
run there,
snags
man. Yep. Great run. He's going to have a drop-in birdie, though.
And here's Dickerson for another birdie.
It's getting windy here. Another birdie.
And he just keeps climbing the leaderboard. He is inching closer and closer to the top 3 spots in this tournament very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I believe he was up to second place with just this unbelievable showing. So many birdies, so many amazing drives.
Yeah, look at that. He's up by 8 strokes on this card. And this is the 3rd card.
Hole number 17. Not much else we can say. You're seeing it right in front of you. Tiny sliver of green to land your disc on. We had a bit of a crosswind, I believe, on this hole.
It was closer to tailwind, I'd say.
Okay.
It was pretty much tailwind, so that you see Dickerson here going with a putter. Just whatever shot you feel comfortable at this distance.
And it has a little bit of overstability to it.
I love it. Perfect.
And there's another birdie. Drop in for Dickerson. He is completely dialed in.
Double G going with that rock 3 again.
Yeah, like you said.
There was kind of a stall shot.
Bring it up.
He's got to sit down. Yep. He
Great
kind
shot.
See, he kind of goes with the stall shot with the rock 3, so when it's hyzering, it's not pushing forward anymore.
Exactly. Let the disc run out of steam and dump next to the basket.
Uli with the Raptor. I like this play too. It's got to get the distance.
Oh, no. Out of bounds. A little bit too low out of his hand. Like you said, that tailwind dropped it. It's another misfire from Johnny. A little bit left.
Oh, man.
And that really hurts.
That's just been his day. It's a little bit off, and even, you know, when you're off and you're OB by less than a foot still.
Stress-free 4.
Sometimes people lose focus on this drop zone shot because they're frustrated about missing the island.
And there's nothing you want more than having to make, or nothing you want less than having to make a 25, 30-footer.
For bogey.
Yeah.
Here's double G. This is for 3 straight birdies, I believe. You know he wants this. This is the last round of the tournament. He wants to keep moving up the leaderboards. Good job there from G. Oh, that's... No, that was for birdie.
For a birdie.
That's
the
for
graphics said par, but he did score a 2. You
Yep.
are not crazy. Great shot there from double G.
Good job. That's a turkey there from double G. Johnny having to make a little 20-footer. That's for a bogey. Uli with the bogey as well, and then Dickerson tapping in his birdie.
And he's still going. And we have one more hole left. We have the crowning jewel of this course, hole 18, 711 feet. And I don't mean for this to be a joke because there is a playground on the right side of this hole. This whole fairway is a playground. There's so much you can do with this.
There's so many different ways to attack not only the green, but the tee shot as well. We have a great wind for this tee shot. It's kind of a tail left-right wind, actually. So great for a roller, air shot. I see a lot of different plays for this hole. Really tough birdie, though. This hole averages 4.48.
Yeah, your landing zone off the tee pretty much can dictate immediately whether or not you can get a birdie here. There's very specific zones that players are wanting to land their disc.
Looks like he's going with the Fs. I thought this was going to be a roller, but no, he just smokes an air shot instead.
And that is...
Fantastic.
Hopefully he's not too close to that park bench. That would be a real shame.
He got really good distance on that drive, though, so he's going to have options. Double G misfired on this hole yesterday, actually.
Here's that same Wraith I believe he threw on 8.
He's got a flip. Oh, that's a similar mistake. And this is going to go OB. Wow.
Way up there.
He mentioned last year he did the same thing. I think he's got just a mental block on this hole a little bit. Oh, and Yuli's going straight into that tree. It's going to be short. And I really like this play.
Yeah, especially with the fairway sloping towards the water.
It's a nice, safe play.
Oh. Okay, I thought that was street. It actually was swing set.
Swing set, yeah. He has to contend with a swing set on his second shot, which I'm sure he's not going to be happy about.
And again,
whoa.
Big outside flick from Uli.
It's a risky play, but if he's in bounds, it should be a really easy par.
Yeah, this is part of this hole that I think players are beginning to utilize more is this left side over the water.
Wow.
And that's a huge sidearm from Double G. Yeah, he's got a nice 25-footer at the basket.
This green is playing really windy right now, too, so these guys want to be putting these shots close to feel comfortable. Johnny looks like he's coming up short there.
And here's Dickerson with one last approach shot. Trying to cap off this round. And there's Circle's edge putt right there.
Tough putt there. Yuli's going to have to earn his par. Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Good bid there. Tough round from Johnny.
And here's Dickerson for another birdie. Oh. He's happy it just sat. He knows he shot a fantastic round.
Yep. Double G with the par save.
It's a great par save with a sidearm over the water. Not a shot you see him throw often, but 3 down after kind of a bland start. Really respectable.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be Ulibarri for the par as well. It's in there.
And dunks it in there.
Uli with a good finish to his Ledgestone experience. And JohnE tapping out. Tough round there.
Definitely a tough round. He did the best he could to make up for those strokes, but as Dickerson taps into just a phenomenal round. 11 under par.
Yeah.
Moves
With
up
2
to-
bogeys. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another year of Ledgestone has come to pass, and it was super entertaining to watch this final round. Tom, thanks again for filling in for Tristan. Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. We will bring you much more disc golf content, and we will see you later.
Yeah, Ricky Wysocki coming out with an 8-stroke win there. Huge win for Ricky. Thank you guys for listening, and be sure to check out the next video.
See you later.